I know it's my intro this week, but Elaine, I think you need to address the old man situation.
Yes. So you see, what happened is that I was just minding my own business. I was out in the backyard, looking at the grass as one does, and suddenly a spirit took over me, and the Union Jack flashed before my eyes, and here I am. As you can see right now, I'm an old British man. I've been cursed, as was announced in an emergency release 2 episodes ago. Not quite a mini-sode. I don't know what PSA.
It was weird. You were totally fine during the last recording, but it just popped like
so weird. It comes and goes. It's one of those colds that never goes away. It comes and goes. But I will say, I was so terrified. I was smoking a cigar, and I was like, I can't live this life like this anymore. And then it occurred to me, Felicia, there's only one thing that could perhaps turn back the empire that the sun never set upon, that courses through my veins. What if the Wonka Scholars...
I feel like I'm watching Casablanca.
Yeah. What if the Wonka Scholars that live in this well with us, what if they used their powers and they were then able to reverse this curse upon me? And I asked Felicia, I asked them to send us all of their goodies, all of their theories, their predictions, all of their stuff. And Felicia.
Okay.
I got a little French there. I don't know why. I'm turning French. Oh no. It's the new thing. What I will say, Felicia, I'm about to open this document, and it holds all of the things that people have sent to us.
So your theory is that you'll be bowled over by so much Wonka content that it'll trample the old man out of you? Like it'll squeeze it out of your orifices?
Like a toothpaste tube. My DNA will morph and change.
Wait, so you're an old man physically, not just like mental? I guess, yeah, you did say that.
I'm sorry. Are you looking at me and being like, oh, wait, you are an old British man
just
physically?
Elaine in a big blanket robe.
I couldn't tell the difference. I guess I need to get a new moisturizer.
Get the retinol.
I'm going to get the retinol, and I'm going to have so many needles in my forehead. I'm going to be like a ski slope on my forehead. I don't even know what that means.
What are you talking about?
I'm opening the document.
Hugh Grant.
Hey, y'all.
She's
Hello?
back.
Oh my gosh, Felicia, that was the craziest thing that's ever happened to me. Wow, thank you guys so much. I feel so much better. Like, it was just so weird. It was so weird. Brexit was in my mind. I was like,
you don't have to eat any more chocolate and orange flavor combos.
I actually love those. But yeah, I don't have to eat that for breakfast every day. I don't have to like frown all the time.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to be back. And yes, this means, Felicia, we have to do a Listenerpalooza episode now. We have to party up in this house and have a Listenerpalooza party. Ooh,
you know what? It's a great time for Listenerpalooza because we haven't talked about this all that much, but it is less than a year until Wonka.
Oh! Whoa.
December 15th, we crossed over the threshold.
Less than a year of
I feel like we've said it's the new year of Wonka Watch about 8 times. Like, I feel like we've had 8 different episodes commemorating it being a new year of Wonka Watch. But we're in the second half of this podcast. We are halfway through, which is both terrifying and freeing. You know what I mean?
It really is. It really is. And we've discussed this. I'm scared for the trailer because I just know once the trailer comes out, it is just going to be non-stop. So
it's going to be a lot.
You know, I'm just mentally preparing myself, but less than a year.
It's funny because I see the movie as like a deadline, but we know we have to keep talking about it. Like we have to talk about the movie extensively.
It's just like we no longer like I think once the movie is out though, we get to choose when to stop. We can't stop until then, right? It gets to be our choice. We have to do this until the movie comes out. Okay.
Exactly.
But then beyond that, it gets to be our choice, which just feels nicer. You know,
there's no primordial Wonka.
Yeah, I'm saying prophecy. This as though we took a blood oath and we like literally have no free will in this, which is true.
That is what it feels like.
That's how my DNA got fucked up.
That's what happened at that handshake when you were drunk at the Scottsdale.
That explains the weird scratch I had on my palm. Didn't notice it at the time. That's what 2 Moscow mules in. Suddenly you don't notice when people take your blood. Well, drink responsibly, friend.
Anyway, welcome to Wonka Watch. Look, guys, I was sick for like a whole week, and I feel like my brain is returning to me like now a little bit. So I'm a little bit out of it, but that's okay. I feel like that's correct for this episode. Welcome to Wonka Watch. It's the podcast where we talk about Wonka. Doing it for a year, gonna do it for another year. And we're looking for Timothée Chalamet in the movie. Very excited for that, and also fearing it.
Yeah,
Who am I? I'm Felicia. That's Elaine.
Yeah, what up? We're excited for excited is the wrong word, but the Wonka rapture is nigh now. It is prominent. Well, Listenerpalooza, as was earlier stated, this is entirely listener-based, listener Wonka Scholars, as we like to call and say within the Academy. Everything I'm about to go through, you sent in, and Felicia knows about some of it. There's a good portion, though, I don't think you know about, which is...
I actively have avoided things.
Oh.
So I haven't looked at anything.
I'm going to say this might be more unhinged than the first time we did this. We
do have a wider pool. We have a wider
pool, and I feel like we've led some... we have taken our sheep, and we have drastically changed these people in ways that's probably not okay. So
yeah,
this is going to be a time of self-reflection, I feel like, as well.
I don't know if it's really the size of our thing has expanded so much, but these people have also heard about Wonka for a year.
Yeah. So
when we first did this, it was like episode 15. We were only like a few months in. It was pretty chill.
We had only covered like the main canon. Things hadn't gone. I mean, they were off the rails.
Nobody knew about Greyhound Wonka.
No, nobody knew about Fickle Grubber. Wasn't even.
This episode is like a drunk sleepover. Like that's kind of the vibe. I think that's what 100%. We said last time. It's like a little sleepover.
It is. Ooh, put your bras in the freezer. I think I said that last time. And if you don't have a bra, steal one and put it in a freezer. I don't steal unless you don't get caught. I feel so
podcaster Elaine Best advocates stealing.
I get canceled
for stealing bras from JCPenney.
Anyway. Hello? Yes? No. Hello?
Hugh Grant. Hello?
Hugh Grant. Hello, Hugh Grant. Yes? Thank you. Click. So Camilla, our listener, actually sent in a... Camilla. Hey, Camilla. Camilla has our Wonka Watch this week. We have a couple little like fun things for Wonka Watch. Felicia's going to add in some delightful seasoning to this meatloaf. Yeah. Now, I will say, this is not Camilla's fault. This is my fault. I watched the video and then I didn't save it and it won't let me replay it. And A, I could have followed up and Camilla could have resent it to me, or B, I could have done a little bit of Googling to find this. I spent 2 seconds trying to find it. I couldn't. But just know that I watched it and it was real. And it was legit. Okay. There was a tiny snippet of an interview that Timothée Chalamet did while doing the... I need to
Bones
stop calling it the... Okay, thank you. I was like, I need to stop calling it the Bony Bone Bones.
Bone movie.
The Bone movie. The Bony Bone Bones movie. And I need to stop doing that. Anyway, there's a snippet near the end, though, where they ask Timothée about the Wonka movie. And he's just kind of like, oh, yeah, like same things we've heard. But then he said, and yeah, there are some darker elements to it, though, I will say. Like, it's not just all like,
good,
you know, sunshine and rainbows. There are darker elements. And I was like,
thank fucking God, Timothée.
Thank you. Because if we recall, like a year ago, it was all like, it won't be a dark story. It's going to be fun. Like that was the big thing that he had said, and it was everywhere. So
to be fair, compared to his normal stuff,
that's true. Seeing as he just did a movie about teenage cannibals. Correct. Okay, I see now.
Dune is the broodiest movie I've ever seen in my life. I still haven't watched it, but I know it would be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, same.
But no, I think for Timothée Chalamet, very light. What a nice little dessert. But I think I'm glad. I don't know what I'm talking about. I feel like insane right now. I don't know.
Timothée Chalamet would be an eclair if he was a dessert.
I wasn't saying he was a dessert. I was saying for him, the Wonka movie is like a dessert.
Okay. But he would be an eclair, right? Can we agree on that?
Biscotti.
Interesting. Only if it's been soaked in a Americano.
Espresso.
If it's a Tuesday, fine. I can agree to that.
Oh, no. He's black licorice. Sorry, whatever anybody said.
No, I don't know.
I don't know.
You agreed to
I'm only good at
disagree.
Muppet castings. I'm not good at candy castings.
Oh, okay. Well,
Remember,
anyway.
we've had this exact fucking discussion when I casted you as like a fucking cowtail months and months ago. How has this happened more than once where we've started casting people as candy?
I
mean, I guess it is Wonka Watch. It does make sense.
To be okay, that makes me feel better sometimes.
Thank you, Camilla. That was amazing.
Thank you so much, Camilla. I'm really glad that you sent that because we have
that is because that has been one of my biggest concerns about the movie. So I'm glad to hear that addressed. I can put my nerves at ease. That was my big hang up. So
if I find that video or I remember to reach out to Camilla, which I might not, I'll link it in the description. I'll link it in the show notes. So we got that. And now I'm going to turn it over to my correspondent, Felicia. Felicia, please tell me what's happening over in your corner.
I similarly have like heard it through the grapevine kind of thing. It's not really. It's just I've read the headlines of a bunch of articles that come through my inbox, but haven't actually clicked on the articles because I've been sick. But Olivia Colman said Timothée Chalamet is magical in Wonka. That's about it. That's all you need to know. But
perfect.
Getting good praise from everybody. Also, I have
getting
a theory
good praise
that
from Olivia Colman.
I know. Can we talk about how Olivia Colman is perhaps the most employed woman? She never stops working. Her and Fred Armisen.
And she's been the queen
show.
so many different times.
I know. Just I'm like, does she sleep? Is she good? Because I start watching new shows. I'm like, and there she is again. Happy to see her every time. It's a lovely treat. But man,
yeah,
impressive. Anyway,
impressive indeed.
The other thing, how do I intro this? You know, this is a bit of a sleepover vibe, and I just wanted to address a TikTok I had to send to Elaine this morning, which was a thirst edit of our Christian Wonka. Not Christian Wonka, but the man who plays Christian Wonka. And I was like,
Christian Borle.
Yeah, both. I didn't know his name. Do you ever like sometimes don't want to show that you know too much about a thing?
God, yes, all the time.
Yeah. So you like pretend you don't know the name of an actor, even though when everyone knows you know the name of that actor. I do that all the time where I'll be like, and then it was that guy who plays. And my mom's like, I know who it fucking is. And I know you know who it is. Stop this. Stop this. What are you doing? Anyway. To turn off my TikTok time limit.
I'm used to giving people orders. I'm a lieutenant. I don't get bossed around. Now put the fucking knife down.
The song choice was wild.
I know, insane. Wild. And I just wanted to show everyone that existed. I sent it to Elaine at like 6 a.m. too.
I woke up and I had that notification. I was like, what is this? And that was the first thing I saw when I opened my eyes.
TikTok knows
thank
all.
You. TikTok knows all.
That's all I have for the Wonka Watch for today. But, you know, we closed the curtains on Wonka Watch and we opened the curtains to what? A segment that showed up once and never showed up again. That's right. It's Felicia's Willy Wonka Dream Palace. Probably a year ago, I had a dream where me and Timothée Chalamet were competing for the role of Wonka, where we both were little jazz players in the basement of SNL. But now I'm back again to tell you about a dream I had that felt so real that I forgot it wasn't real. This actually happened to me too. With the Gene Wonka movie, I dreamed about a song that wasn't in it. And I was like, we need to talk about this fucked up song. I invent shit. So anyway, I wrote down what it was. It's like 2 sentences. So because it was the year anniversary of Wonka, I was like, the years of like, it's about to come out in a year. I thought I had a dream where they were remaking the Wonka commercials. It was like the Greyhound Wonka ones, but they just put brown hair on it. So it would be like Timothée Chalamet. And then I remember distinctly in the dream texting you like, Elaine, look. And that was it. And that's like too real. Like that's could happen.
Too real. It has happened. Is the thing. Just something else. But like that like skeleton moment in life has happened. Wow. Well, I'm glad you're doing better.
Damn.
Sometimes
I hope your friend feels better soon.
I hope your friend feels better soon. I think about that like so many times when I'm doing Wonka Watch stuff. I just think about that and I'm like,
I think that's the most I've ever been read. Like, I think I was like that man did not know he read me, but he read me. Truly.
Oh my gosh.
Ripped my soul out my body.
Well, we really appreciate your vulnerability. I will say
Thank
it on
you.
behalf of everybody in the Academy. Like, thank you for sharing.
And then
Anyway.
wow. Oh, I have to get off the stage. Oh my God.
Goodbye. Till next tour. Shall I?
Yeah. Open up the fucking Listenerpalooza box.
Okay, everybody. So I've kind of organized this into like genre of things I asked or made you guys do. So
Very exciting.
it's kind of in order, but we're just going to see. We begin with Garrett. Garrett sent a tiny snippet that I immediately went, Garrett, dear God, please let me share this with everybody. And they were like, shit, yeah, I'm so honored. And I was like, no, I'm honored. So Garrett had just listened to our George's Marvelous Medicine episode and said,
okay.
Just listened. Remembered turning the beginning of this book into a skit in my middle school drama class in which I played the grandma and made crunch sound cues for the part about eating earwigs. Wish I had that shit on video.
Incredible.
Beautiful. Gorgeous. I like how many people, like, this has kind of been a theme, how many of you guys have, like, created your own skits from Wonka lore, but just in general. Which maybe, I don't know, did everybody do that? Because, like, you and I did that.
Yeah, is the demographic of our podcast people who took, like, home theater shows way too seriously?
Oh my God, I think it is. Because I know for a fact this is not a thing everybody did. This is not everybody went and, like, you know.
Yeah,
try to
not
be a
everybody
YouTuber
was
or
making
whatever.
fucking playbills.
No, they weren't. So we'll have another one kind of like that.
I think I
coming up here in
did
a
see
sec.
that one, the other one, and I remember
got it.
reading it and saying, oh,
Damn.
I found someone very similar to me.
I don't feel alone anymore.
Glad to know I'm
The
not the
moment.
only one like this, you know?
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Garrett.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that. That made me
Incredible.
happy. If you ever find that video and you feel like sharing it with us just so we can watch it, please
This is
do.
giving me ideas for crowdsourced Wonka,
Oh.
a Wonka remake. It's just
Oh
completely crowdsourced,
my
which is horrifying, but a
God.
great idea.
Don't
I'll think
even
about
say
it.
that out loud. This next submission is from Bella. Were you been Bella Loca? Okay, whatever. Titled Chili Wonka. I titled it Chili Wonka.
Okay.
I actually haven't watched this yet, so we're going to watch it together. I posted it in our drop zone. So let me read this. So you guys need to see this. It's important. My Wonka mania went off the charts. At my college UMass Amherst, from Halloween, we had this Wonka as entertainment at one of the dining halls. The school's own Wonka, maybe UMass, is his factory. He's rapping about the dining halls here.
Oh my
Without
God.
your podcast, I would have probably not have thought anything about this. But since Halloween, this has been in my brain driving me mad. The Wonka mania is on full. And then she just says, Franklin Wonka. And I'm like, Franklin Wonka? So let us watch
He's got the
this
Gene
little
Wonka.
oh,
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh.
Let's keep it going.
wow.
It's that time again. We number one again. We got the Preston review and my rhymes.
There is a TV screen with like an Oompa Loompa off to the side.
Also, is his name Paul E. Mack?
When you walk by the rooster, lunch at the Frank or some dinner at the Worcester. We're here for you. Take a break from your work every day, every meal, late night at the club. We got your coffee and we got your lattes. We do concessions and we run the cafes. From the campus center, hey, we do it all. The catering, harvest, and the blue wall. I want to give a shout out to all of our...
He's not bad.
No, it's not bad. It's giving,
But it's-
like, it's...
It's
Why is he just like Wonka, though? Like, there's
Why is he
no
just like
reason
Wonka? Are there
for him to
other
be just
Wonkas?
like Wonka to be doing this.
And by the
Um,
way, this was posted by on Instagram Zoomass. That is where this originally was sourced from. But I have a lot of questions.
The top comment is, I wasted my time at Eisenberg and should have been a dining hall performer instead.
Also, I like the fact that so first off, also it says Chili Wonka is back again.
Yeah, so he's done this more than once. He's a repeat offender.
We're gonna need a deep dive on this later because
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast, Chili Wonka, Polly
Our
Mac the
latest-
Goat. Oh my God.
Oh,
no, but that's what I mean.
good
Like,
God.
it's fun. Why is it Wonka though? Like, seriously, why the fuck did you dress up as
Like,
Wonka? Like,
why
there's
did
no,
Wonka have to happen?
there's no references to Wonka in the thing. Is he the Wonka of UMM? Like, there's so many questions.
To set the scene, this looks like it's off to the side in the dining room. He is right in front of windows. People are seating like he's at the same level. He's not on a stage. He's not like getting spotlighted. He's just off to the side. People are around him.
It's very cruise line karaoke.
It's yes, exactly.
Also,
exactly
I like that the photo. Can we talk about how the photo of the Oompa Loompas on the screen is it's just open in a Chrome browser. It's not even full screen. Like I can see the like zoom in button,
the toolbar for like
I can see their fucking bookmarks. Anyway,
so good. It was Halloween, but like, man, was that
also okay? Sorry, let's take away the Wonka of it all. Do they just hire a rapper to write raps about the dining hall they're currently standing in?
Holy shit!
We can't think about this for the whole episode. But just the implications of a university doing that are fucking insane. And like, if you had that on a tour for students, why? Like, it's just there's so many. Anyway.
I am going to say one more thing.
Thank you, Bella. This will now be haunting me too.
Yes, exactly. So I have to poke fun at Bella also because she later DM'd and said, just said out loud after studying, now it's time for some Wonka Watch on my Wonka walk home.
I love that.
And I was like, you're 5 years in prison. And then also she also said, I didn't think you guys would actually answer my DMs. It's as if I'm being visited by Adam Driver Centaur. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's such high praise. Thank you so much. Very sweet. So thank you, Bella. Okay, we have more media to digest. This one is static. This is from Anna E. This is interesting. So, hi, fan of the podcast. As I was reading a secondhand comic that I recently got, I remembered your story about fan DMing, so I wanted to send this to you in case you hadn't seen it before. Thanks for the pod and hope to hear from you next. So I'm about to drop some images that are going to ruin your life.
Oh no, I'm scared.
You should be. So the secondhand, first off, I love that it's a secondhand comic. That detail for some reason tickles my heart. But there is an ad in Nightwing, the DC comic.
Oh.
And it is an ad to wanna be Wonka, win a lifetime supply or something. Hold on. It's the job of a lifetime, they say. And it's this child who's wearing like your classic Mitchell Musso from Hannah Montana outfit, looking in a mirror, and then suddenly having the most digitally copy and pasted Wonka outfit placed upon him. And basically it's like, invent Wonka candy, plus get $25,000. It's the job of a lifetime. Enter the wacky world of Wonka.com. And then there's all the classic like Laffy Taffy shit, nerds ropes and stuff. Like, and it's interesting. It's
terrifying. I wish we had time travel so I could go back and enter this contest and try and win.
Right, exactly. I was like, I was gonna be like, everybody who's listening to this right now, you have to do it, and whoever gets in, you have to report back. Oh, you could win a chance to help invent Wonka candy.
Okay, all right.
Which,
yeah,
it's a scam.
Is this a Zach and Cody Danimals commercial?
Right,
kind of giveaway where no one knows what's going on, and Zach and Cody are there, but they're not going to hang out with you at the cruise ship. Anyway,
this ad wasn't in a Highlights magazine.
Yeah,
this was in a Nightwing comic, which also was interesting to me.
Yeah, that's not exclusively for children.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of, dark. But anyway, so that was baffling. And another great example of how Wonka in the wild, it can happen in the least expected circumstances.
Yeah. I didn't know this was Finn Wolfhard's first acting gig, though. That's crazy.
Thank you so much, Anna. Up next is a delightful story that you're going to love. This is from Alana. Just wanted to let you guys know how much I love and appreciate Wonka Watch. It means literally so much to me, and I think about it all the time. Let me paint you a little word picture of praise for you, if I may.
I like that, like, even our nice messages are really intense. Like,
I know, it's fucking insane. Okay. I listened to Wonka Watch while moving into my first apartment this year, and now every time I decorate or clean, I think about the Wonka TM. I listened to the first Hunger Games episode while getting ready for my birthday, and now my 20th birthday will always remind me of Adam Driver Centaur. I listened to it, and so that first time I was like, wow, to be such a heavy part of someone's life makes me both very happy and my goodness, that's such a wild.
It's an honor.
Wild, it's truly an honor. It's such an honor. It's a true honor. Oh, sorry, the old British man came back. Okay, so here's the juicy details.
Yeah.
This is the meat and potatoes. I had a Gene Wonka hyperfixation when I was a kid, so much so that I made all the girls in my neighborhood get together and put on a Wonka-themed ballet that I choreographed, for which I made them sign contracts so that they couldn't leave to play games until we rehearsed for an hour every day after school.
I read this and I was like, oh, there are other people like me in the world. I would have done this shit immediately. I respect that so much, Alana.
So much. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Incredible. The contracts. It's the contracts.
It really, that's the part
I
that
did
seals
shit
the
like
deal.
that too as a kid.
Right?
I was like,
it's like, no, I'm serious.
Like, I had those friends who were like, oh my God, we should write like a book. And I'm like, I'm not fucking joking. Okay.
It's like, no, we're doing it. I wrote up a thing about what to do once my career was near the end and what I wanted to do and wear on Dancing with the Stars. Okay. Like we were, yes, you know?
Yeah.
You know, we thought So Alana, you are amongst your people.
Preaching to the choir over here.
Preaching to the choir. So
amazing. It's amazing. Also, I just like that it's a ballet. It's
a ballet. That's what I love too. I was like, that's the one medium we haven't had yet, a Wonka ballet.
Which is funny because I feel like it would weirdly translate incredibly well to ballet.
I mean, I pulled up the Nutcracker on YouTube the other day because I just needed some background noise, and sometimes I want to scare myself a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it really, thinking about that in Wonka, not that different.
No.
The rats come to life. Hello. Also happens
honestly
in Nutcracker.
Honestly, I know this sounds bad, but I think a Wonka ballet would be like really good.
I think it could be really good.
Like, here's the thing. I don't, because normally I have issues following the plot, but I don't know if that's because, like, I don't think I'm a neutral observer anymore because I've seen the plot of Charlie and Chocolate Factory so many times. I think I could watch it in my sleep. So I would know what's going on. I don't know if everyone else would. Anyway.
No, yeah. I think it could easily translate.
You were onto something there. I think that's a great idea. And I think it's something that should be pursued further.
Alana could be our choreographer.
Bring back the Wonka ballet. Bring it back. Everybody's asking for it a lot.
Well, and then we have this like beautiful ending to this message. And this podcast is really setting me back in the Wonka phase of my life. I don't know if that's good. Thank you so much for your service, Wonka experts. I really appreciate you guys, and you make every one of my days a little bit better.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Glad to drag you down with us.
Come to the well. Sorry.
Do a dance for the rats.
Dance for the rats.
God. What? Insane.
Oh my gosh. Okay. This next one is going to make your heart giggle. Okay. So this is an email from listener Riley.
Okay.
Who has asked us some questions. So we're going to answer some questions
Very exciting.
Now on the spot. So here are some extremely important and pressing questions for Listenerpalooza. Question number 1. What would your ideal Wonka video game be like? Is it a colorful mobile game like Candy Crush, first-person survival horror, factory management simulator? Would love to hear your thoughts. I kind of like all of those, all of you. But I'm a first-person survival horror whore. I love that shit. Like, I watch video game playthroughs.
Yeah,
I love the plot.
I'm a Disney's Dreamlight Valley girl, and
I feel like you would love the simulator.
I would love a simulator. I have to go with with my gut and say I would love a simulator. I would enjoy some sort of design element. I don't know how that would happen. There was this one game I loved as a kid that was this Winnie the Pooh CD-ROM game, and I still have the CD, but like it doesn't run on current computers. And you got to go to Rabbit's house and make cookies with him. And I played that game every fucking day. I was making cookies every 5 minutes, and I was putting those little I will say the most delectable food ever in a video game in that game. Anyway, I would make those cookies all the time. So having that sort of element of like inventing your own candies and things like that and getting to sell
that would
them
be so fun.
Would be really cool.
Even doing the thing where you like grab the ingredient, put it in there, press the button for the factory, wrap it up and stuff, and send it out. That would be so satisfying. I
like almost like
agree.
a puzzle game that's like weird and interactive and like kind of like mystery-ish.
Yes,
Mystery of the Chocolate Spies. Ooh.
Yeah, and I think for the first person survival horror, I would definitely I don't want to be Charlie or Wonka unless Charlie is trying to finally leave the factory after being there for a year. I want a scene where the person is running away and you have to like crawl through a tunnel, a chocolate tunnel.
No, that would be good.
You know what I mean? And like the boat scene has to be like, it would be so good as a first person survival horror. I'm even, chills.
Yeah. I think a point and click game would probably be the most realistic.
Like the Nancy Drew games, which I'm going to make another PSA. Guys, Her Interactive, go play a Nancy Drew game. I highly enjoy.
Elena's been like, we should do a playthrough of Nancy Drew. So maybe one day it'll happen.
We have to. I just need other people in my life to play it. You can play it whatever age. It doesn't fucking matter. They're great. And I want you to DM me and talk to me about it because I feel a little alone there. So just do it, okay? It's on Steam. I just want a Her Interactive like sponsorship or just a moment. Yeah. I want to make a Nancy Drew game. There, I said it. Anyway,
okay.
Revealing my dreams. Thanks, Riley. Okay, next question. Is there a director you would want to see take on a great glass elevator movie? What would the style of their film be? And what actors would you want to see cast? I can imagine a slew of Wonka movies from Wes Anderson and I'm going to really mess this up, Felicia, so help me. Guillermo del Toro.
No, you got it.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You got it. Oh God. Okay, I don't know about actors. I'm just going to give a shout out to, because I think it would be good and funny, Julio Torres, who's getting his directorial debut soon. He's not just some guy I know. That made it sound like I just know him.
You know.
No, he's the head writer from Los Spookies, and he worked on SNL for a little while. Los Spookies, also best TV show. I love it so much. Damn. It got canceled, but it's on HBO, so you guys can go watch it whenever you want. But that show is just like pure absurdism and like stupid. And I think it's like a cartoon if it were real life, and I think he would do well with that. But the whole thing would be very deadpan. It'd be like when Grandma Georgina gets the medicine, Wonka would just be like, no. You see, she took the medicine, so now she's a baby. So we have to go down to hell and get it. And that's now our problem. Like that would be the way the whole thing is delivered. And I would really enjoy that as something different. Of like, just like this one guy who's like, no, this is how it needs to be. And I enjoy that. That's what immediately comes to mind as something different. Because I know I wanted 80s Tim Burton. I think it would have been cool special effects wise. Also, would have loved a Muppet glass elevator.
You know what I want? Because I feel like glass elevator gets to be the fuck it, whatever movie. Make Stanley Tucci Wonka.
Oh,
right?
I'm down with a Stanley Tucci Wonka.
A Stanley Tucci Wonka for great glass elevator.
Gilligan's Island.
Gilligan's Island. And then I want Lucius Malfoy to be the hot astronaut.
Lucius Malfoy is the hot astronaut? Sure.
Yeah.
And then I just was greeted by Macaulay Culkin and Party Monster. So I want Macaulay Culkin in there. I don't know what he'll play, but perfect. I want him
he can play Child Charlie.
Yeah.
As a full-grown adult. I'm totally into it.
Yeah. Actually, I cast him as Grandpa George.
I love that.
I put him in old age makeup. Actually, no. Give me a Steve Buscemi. Give me a Steve Buscemi, Grandpa George, Macaulay Culkin. No, Macaulay Culkin dad. Okay.
Macaulay Culkin dad. Olivia Colman as the mom.
Yeah. Allison Janney as Grandma Georgina.
Uh-huh. Laura Dern as Grandma other one. Henrietta, right?
No.
Wrong? Georgina
Josephina.
And Josephina. There we go. I was like, Henrietta sounds like one in there.
Actually, then Steve Buscemi is Grandpa Joe. I forgot about Grandpa Joe.
I want to say Laura Dern is definitely not the right age to play
none of these actors are really
except I wanted to clarify. That is not a diss to Laura Dern. No one is playing the correct age here in this version. So
I think we got most of it. We got a good amount.
Stanley Tucci. I freaking love that chaos mess. And it would be done like the mockumentary style also. That would be how it would be.
Now if we want to go subversion, we get a James Ivory director. The guy who did like fucking Maurice. And like all the period pieces, like A Room with a View, Howard's End, Remains of the Day kind of shit.
Yeah, okay.
That's also so Jim Jarmusch, that would be fucking crazy. Anyway, all right.
Beautiful. And then the last little question. Now that you've broken the seal with George's Marvelous Medicine, are there plans for Wonka Watch to explore more dollverse movies / books in the future? Would love to hear your hot takes on the upcoming Matilda musical movie adaptation or Henry Selick's 1996 stop motion James and the Giant Peach. Riley, you don't know what little box of anger and rage you've just opened because
let me tell you about the fucking Matilda movie.
Fucking Matilda.
We have had the Matilda movie on our to-do list for like 3 fucking weeks. It's been our next episode to record because I looked it up originally and I looked up what's the release date of the Matilda movie that's coming out on Netflix because like they said it was going to be a whole doll universe. So we got to see if there's any. I don't want to watch this movie. Like I'm really fucking pissed about it and I'm already mad about the movie. Like I don't want to see it, but we're going to watch it.
Yes.
But I go and I look and I say, what's the release date of Matilda? And it's like November something. And I'm like, amazing. Great. We'll watch it then. I go look on Netflix and I'm like, what? Hold on. Why isn't it here? And they're like, sorry, that was the UK theater release date. I'm really sorry for misleading you. It's actually December 9th. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. You know, I'll go look.
Like, okay, we can scramble and come up with something else.
Yeah, it might have been December 19th. It was somewhere in December. I go on the Netflix. Beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, boop, beep. I'm looking through the items and I see, oh, here's the Matilda movie. Great. Now I click to watch it and it says coming December 25th. Who the fuck lied to me? We have had to move this episode 3 times.
3 times. And we've had to be like, well, I guess we're talking about this now. We
have pulled so much shit out of our ass for this movie.
Honestly, it's why Felicia got sick and I turned into an old man.
Yeah.
It aged me and it broke Felicia's body. So yes, we will be covering the Matilda musical and for the 1996 stop motion James and the Giant Peach, which I am assuming you want us to watch because I guess it's part of the Dollverse, but I feel like you probably know I ain't a fan of stop motion. And I think we do have plans to possibly do that for our Buy Me a Coffee at some point. So
yes,
that is something.
Yeah, we're either going to do it as an episode or do it as a commentary track. We also have a commentary track of the Muppets movie that we're just sitting on.
We'll do something with it. Yeah, so just know that the Muppets movie has maybe this is now a good thing to say. We are working on Buy Me a Coffee extra goodies and stuff, and a lot of that is going to include like movie commentaries and PowerPoint silly goofy things that we talk through.
We have a plan to do something where we release like an extra bonus content like twice a month on Buy Me a Coffee as like a Patreon thing. But I think that'll be our New Year's thing to start working on. Start getting the grind work with that. But it is in the works. So if you hear us reference something that's like a video that they're like, you guys never talked about that, it's probably in regards to that. Does that make sense? Anyway, but yeah, we want to do it to face our fears because Elaine hates stop motion and I hate peaches.
It'll be a really big growing up for us. And I'm glad we'll have each other. And now I will say, so the end of Riley's email perfectly segues into the next segment.
Oh, perfect.
And you're going to lose your fucking mind on this, okay? Thanks so much for making this podcast. In the spirit of Wonka, it is bizarre and wonderful. If you're able, please give a shout out to my girlfriend, Caroline. Caroline, you lovely human being. Thank you for listening to the podcast. You sound like a delight.
Yes.
Many, many hugs, okay?
Shout out to Caroline.
So Caroline and Riley.
Yeah.
Felicia, we kind of helped make that happen. Damn. I'm taking full credit. Like, we were probably a minor part. We're taking full credit, okay? Early on in our relationship, we bonded over the discovery of Wonka Watch and have been avid Wonka Scholars ever since. Have a blessed Wonka rapture, Riley. We made that happen.
Oh my God, that's amazing. We helped a couple get together and I never even been in a date. I have been on a date. I know. I've gone on dates. But
yeah, no, but you know what I mean? Like that's our energy that like, we talk about all the time. My favorite thing, Felicia, was because we have shared, like we did a whole like creating Wonka's app, dating app, and we've shared some of our stories and what we do. I thought it'd be fun to ask the Wonka Scholars, what bad dating advice would you like us to help you with?
Okay.
So here we go.
Oh, great.
How to marry someone? ?
Okay. See, now this is interesting. Pretty niche request.
Pretty niche. I'm going with either entrapment, like there's a whole like you're part of a royal family, and you decree that it's like we have to get married. Boom, so you're married.
You can establish an elaborate fake dating plan.
Oh, I love that. Pretend to be engaged to impress your family. Accidentally fall in love, then actually get engaged,
or just pretend you're already married to the person. I mean, that's ethically not great, but.
Marry yourself.
Yeah.
Be like Sue Sylvester in Glee and have your own way. But yeah, I guess like you could ask somebody just randomly. I mean, you don't, how to marry someone isn't the same as,
Yeah.
How to relationship. But I guess like if you're in a relationship and you're like, how do I marry this person?
I think you need a banquet hall.
You need a banquet hall. Otherwise, everyone's going to say no. So, you ask someone, they're like, I don't know. And you'd be like,
I don't know.
But I
Do
have
you
a banquet hall. And I have an herb garden. And that will honestly, that'll seal the deal. They'll be like,
I was talking about renting it out
basil.
from the ceremony, but I do like that you just have a banquet hall within your home.
Yes.
Hello, I'd like to purchase one banquet hall.
Please. I don't want anything else, just the hall. Thank you. So there, boom. There you go. Next one. Which Wonka movie is best for a date night?
Oh.
Yeah. So Johnny Wonka is the longer movie and one that you could honestly ignore if that's the vibe.
I feel like 1971 is a little bit more. Okay, this is insane. 1971 is the light mode and 2005 is the dark mode. And I mean that literally, like visually. Like it is 11 a.m. when they are in the factory in 1971. It is the middle of the day the whole time. So if you're trying to watch in the middle of the night, it's like bright white light. Do you know what I mean? So while it's like a little bit quieter of a movie, like vocally, the other one will fade into the background better and give you some better mood lighting. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I like that we've just like them paying attention to Wonka is not an option because who would want to do that?
You can't. You can't.
Now, if you want to confuse the date, Tom and Jerry Wonka.
I think that's a good litmus test. If you have, I would say that might be like a second or third date thing that you bring up.
I would say 6. I'd say 6.
Actually,
date,
6,
maybe.
Yes. You know what? Yeah,
I think you need to be dating this person already before you bring out Tom
you need
and
to have
Jerry
it for a
Wonka.
while. Maybe you haven't officially like defined the relationship, but you're like kind of on the cusp, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna throw this out there, and we're gonna see what happens. I think
if you want a movie to make fun of while you watch it,
yes,
that is the one to do.
That's the one to do. If you're on a bad date and you're like, you know what, I'm kind of bored. Let's get this over with.
Now, if you want to have the time of your life, watch the Mark Sweet Wonka commercial compilation. You will be. It'll be amazing.
It'll be amazing. That's a good one.
Except they'll just leave you for Mark Wonka. That's no.
Okay, so here's what you do. That is the problem. Mark Wonka will steal your girl. I will say though, also, if you watch the Wonka movie and then you're like, it's great, but you don't know how to like keep texting afterward, right? Because sometimes it's like you go on the date and you're like, okay, well, are we going to keep talking or not? That's when you pull the Mark Wonka commercials and be like, oh my God, this just popped up on my algorithm.
Thing I found.
Isn't this weird? Because there's so many things you can comment on and keep going.
I will say, if you want to watch something that is going to come up a lot in regular life, then you can say, after you watch the Wonka movie, you encounter something Wonka related again and be like, saw this and it made me think of our date. Had a really great time. Do you know what I mean? Very easy to find a route into that.
So good.
So easy.
Why have I never thought of this?
Simple.
This is actually a great idea.
That's actually really good. Do a movie that is referenced popularly in media so that then after the fact you can be like, I saw this and it reminded me of our date.
But it's not like being so basic like The Office. Friends, I found a lobster and it reminded me. You know what I mean? Like, it's like
It's more than that.
Okay, well, this next question fits in kind of right into that. So how many dates in should I be before I ask about their favorite Wonka? 6. When you're watching Tom and Jerry Wonka, I think that's a solid time.
So if the question is between Gene and Johnny, second date.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
If you are going beyond Gene and Johnny, you need to be in an established relationship.
Now, hold on. I will say, because Felicia,
Christian maybe.
You can't just be eating your Olive Garden 5 cheese ziti and then randomly go, so what's your favorite Wonka actor? It's a little out. You know what I mean? So they can do it, but how do you segue into that? Like, you would have to have a segue, I would say. If it's second date, you need a segue.
You're talking about movies, and then you say, oh, I watched one of the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movies recently. Have you seen them? Which one do you prefer? There you go.
Boom. Love it.
I've studied the rules of conversation with my incredible big autism brain.
Ooh. Okay, wait, that's actually hilarious. So some of these are like... How is dating while not being neurotypical? Let me tell you, it's interesting. It's
folks. It's I don't know how to flirt, and I've never done it before in my life. I keep thinking, oh my God. Also, I do like we like it's not said in our bio, and we don't say it regularly, but they just know. They're like,
it's so true. People like they like I think we do talk about it like frequently. We talk a little bit about it, but like it's not like it's
not one of our like selling points.
That's true. They're just like, so we're all not neurotypical here, right? So let's just go.
No, it's funny. We were actually talking about this legitimately before the call because I was like, I literally do not know how to get through like Like, I would love a slow burn romance of like, oh, all these things and like a slowly growing feelings. But in reality, I want strict guidelines. Strict guidelines. I want to know exactly how you feel. Tell me how you feel. And I will make a little calculation in my calculator. Here's my thing, a genuine thing I have a 18-point list because I'm incredibly harsh of my friends' relationships when I don't think they're adequate. And I have an 18-point list. Actually, I think it might be 30. I think it's 30 questions I have to ask and answer by myself every 6 months when I am in a relationship to make sure I am being judged as harshly as I judge my friends.
That's fair.
That's a little pro tip.
Very you.
Yeah, no, it's very me. I know. I guess that's mine. I've been on about 3 dates, so is my.
Now come over here into my bipolar world. So the fun thing about bipolar is it's like usually not diagnosed, and then when it usually gets misdiagnosed, which, you know, anxiety, depression, sure, you understand it, but like the bipolar is like, oh, here's a calendar, and oops, it gets weird. So I would say it's interesting because when I'm a little manic, like a little hyper, and mania for me is mostly I just feel like I've had Red Bull and sometimes I can't make myself stop talking, and I'm like, shut up, and I say yes to everything. So sometimes I get worried that I overcommit to things, or I realize I have said too much in this one text or something, and then I instantly regret it. So I'm just like a little more aware, and I get very anxious about dating. Like that's like, the apps makes me so anxious. So I would say, like, for me, what's helped is I have established these are the places I want to go to dates. Like, these are like, if I'm going on a date, I know this bar, I like it, I feel safe, it's chill. I had a period where I wasn't dating, and then when I got back into it, because I had just been really anxious, I was working on myself, and I was like, okay, I think I'm ready to do this again, but I was really nervous. I asked my friends to just like kind of walk with me, hang out at the bar while I was on this date over here, and then they left eventually. It was fine, but like that was nice, honestly, for me. So like there's other people do that too, by the way. That's not just like a random thing. Like that is the thing people do. So if you're genuine advice, like if you are someone who's incredibly anxious about stuff like that, or, you know, things like that, like I think there's nothing wrong with asking for a little friendship help off to the side. Don't have them like, you know, like be peering at you or at like the next table over.
Asking
but
for like stuff like that. I remember, I don't know who said the quote. I'm sure it's just found everywhere, but the quote of like, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person has been very helpful, where it's like, yeah, I mean, you can be mean, but like your whole weird idiosyncrasies aren't going to throw someone off that's a good match for you. I just go with the approaches. I'm very just upfront with everything that I've got going on. I'm not going on tons of dates, but honestly, it's probably for the best. You know, I'm also not a date driven person. I will say one thing to my fellow autistic girlies out there. Just like be aware you're not getting manic pixie dream girl. Just like keep an eye on it. Keep your focus. Make sure you are not providing all of the entertainment for your partner. Because if you do, it's exhausting. Like if you are like, you know,
oh my gosh,
just keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it.
Yeah. And I think I would say too, kind of like, what you were saying. I feel like if you, because it's hard because some people are like, well, if you feel anxious around them that much, maybe it's not right. But if you just have blanket anxiety like I do, like it's not always that. But I will say, if like at some point you're just still anxious or they're not like really accommodating to that at all, get them the fuck out of your life. You don't need that. You deserve better. And you can definitely have a like love life and be, you know, neurodivergent. You know, you can. It's possible. It's. I mean, maybe. Don't take us as examples.
We're not the best examples, but it is possible.
It is possible. I've had many 6-month flirtationships that turned into nothingness. So I've been on 4 dates. Askmen.com.
Oh my God, askmen.com. Not that.
Oh God. Okay. Anyway, so that might be the realest we've ever been on this podcast.
I know, honestly.
Wow. I love this. Okay, here we go. How do I know if a guy asking to hang out is a date or not?
Wrong person to ask. I'm stepping out, guys.
You're stepping out because Felicia would be like, no, immediately, what the fuck is going on? Now, me, Elaine, I dance around everything. That's why my calves are so strong. This is what I do. This is probably why things do not work out for me. I'm a dancer.
Yeah, no. See, if I were in this situation, I don't have the tact. I'll just be like, if it was a potential romantic thing, it depends on the context that we met, though. Depends on the context that we met. My vibe is I would just go to hang out and figure it out, which I know is not great advice, but I don't know what else to do.
No, because I know what so here's the fun thing too. I understand that everything out there is going to be like, just ask. Okay, but that's hard. And sometimes you're like, I know I should do that, but I'm just not going to do it. So this is the option B for when you refuse to do that.
Yeah, thank you.
This is what you do. So you go on this little hangout, and I think you're going to realize it's more of a date if, first off, is it just you or is a group there? If a group is there, it is a pre-date. And I fucking hate that this is a thing, but it's not necessarily a feeling out, but like, oh, I'm a little too afraid to ask you on a date. But if I have a group here, it's not a date, but we can still hang out. Okay. So there's one thing. But if it's just you, if they offer to like buy the coffee for you or something, or, you know, little things like that, I think are pretty subtle. What I would do is, if you're not sure at the end of the date, you try to set up something, if you want to, with them one-on-one. You don't have to really call it a date, but then I think halfway through that date, you can kind of be coy and be like, so we're on a date, right? Like make it like a little joke or something. And then if they get squirmy, you can be like, I mean, last time was essentially a date. If you look at the bullet points, the definition of a date, that's kind of what we did. So I just want like to clarify like what's going on here. And that can be fun. You can say it in a fun way, but I think that's what I would do.
Yeah,
this is wild time.
We're not very good at this, but
we're not very good at this. My date drank from a bottle and started floating toward the ceiling. Help. What do I do? I'm sorry, but you're going to have to fart in front of that person immediately.
It's her date. It's their date that drank it. So they wouldn't have to fart. They'd be farting for no reason.
So here's the question. Do you like, that's, you start stress farting as they float away and then you walk away. Now, I think it would depend how
high are the ceilings?
How high are the ceilings? How hot is the person? Okay. Are they worth you also drinking the fizzy lifting drink to go up towards the fan blade?
No, I have to hold you down. Oh my God, I'm laying on top of you. This is crazy.
Oh my gosh. Wait, this is so weird. Oh my gosh. Are we staring at each other's eyes?
On your lap and like make deep eye contact with you on this.
Oh my gosh, is your hand injured? So good that I have a long white cloth on me at all times so I can wrap it around your hand. It's like, my hand is not injured.
Is your butt injured from farting so much?
Like, oh my gosh, is your butt injured? Do I need to check that out for you? Wow.
So that's what you do.
That's what you do.
I'm a bit of a pickup artist. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
We were discussing about the podcast how Elaine and I both are kind of sexless court jesters. And I think this segment has really established that.
Can you say the whole thing though? The whole
it was
bit
this
about it?
Because I saw that was like when I transfer from being a potential romantic interest to sexless court jester because I made too many jokes, and I was like, "Yep." I was like,
"Yep, that shit. That one just hit the target. Boom." Boom. Yeah, so I think that and a lot of people that like overlapped with their other questions. So I feel like you're welcome. You guys can follow Riley and Caroline, the first royal couple of
the royal couple of the Wonka Watch. Yeah.
They're the royal couple. So please let us know if any of these things work. And
very exciting.
Maybe we'll officiate your wedding. I don't know. We'll see. That can be our buy me a coffee tier. We will officiate your wedding.
They're at there, and then out from the sides of the banquet hall goes dark, and then you hear a spotlight, and you hear Elaine come out from the door with her hand up in the air doing that thing, and she goes, "I'm on the right track to be a Harvey girl."
The Harvey girl in me.
And there's no music at the wedding except for me and Elaine doing Harvey girl songs that we are singing and writing in that moment. Anyway,
it's so funny that you brought that up because I sent out a poll. These are the Instagram results.
I saw
section.
the polls, but I did not see the thing, so I'm very excited.
So all this little poll asked was the Harvey girls, and the options were what? Oh, that. Okay. The people demand more. And we don't talk about the Harvey girls as much just because nobody ever fucking cared. We begged people to talk to us about
We were like, please just acknowledge. Someone acknowledge that we even mentioned the Harvey girls.
Like, I feel like it, like, do we make it up in our minds when we talk about it live on this podcast and like no one ever hears
this
it?
This podcast wouldn't exist if it weren't for the fucking Harvey girls.
Is this like an inside joke now with the listeners that they'll just refuse to acknowledge? They'll be like, what's up? I'm sorry, did you say something? Like that kind of thing where I'm like, the Harvey girls.
I'm like, for that.
Yeah. Well, bummer. Anyway, but the good news is on the DL, the people demand more won 60% of the vote, followed by what? Followed by, oh, that, okay. Which the what having 25% made me go, okay, well, we need to talk about it more. Except our whole thing with the Harvey girls is we never fully talk about it because it's our side B plot, our mystery.
Maybe we'll put the Harvey girls B plot behind the Buy Me a Coffee paywall. Put it behind a fucking paywall.
Okay, not only that, we'll do a movie commentary track of the movie because there is a movie.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Yes. And then also the PowerPoint.
Once we figure out how to record movie commentaries remotely, it's over. It's over.
It's game fucking over. I'm gonna be like, no social events in February, please. I'm only doing this.
Honestly, that sounds really fun. I would do that.
I would love that. Oh my gosh.
Okay. I have nothing going on, so
that was proof that that was proof that, guys, yes, we are friends outside of the podcast.
We are friends.
We are friends. Anyway. So, and the next one that I'm going to get into is, who is your favorite Wonka Watch character? Not a Wonka character, a Wonka Watch character.
I requested this because I wanted to hear.
Some of them I was a little shocked by. So not shocked. Adam Driver Centaur had like probably the most. So many people said Adam Driver Centaur. One person put 3 heart emojis. Adam Driver Centaur, 3 heart emojis. And I was like, yes. Amari Guishan. We had a lot of Chef Amari Guishan as a favorite. And I was like, wow, I love that. People loved him as the mole. They were like,
yeah,
his sexy pterodactyl chocolate statue. And then we had a couple of people say Fickle Grubber, which warmed my heart, even though I'm still kind of repairing from the damage he did to me in the Drag Race episode. I kind of don't want to fully talk about it, but ouch. And then we got some niche ones here. You two as witches who got cursed and thrown down into the Wonka well. I like us as character. You know what I mean? It's not us, but like the character of, I was like, I know it's a thing, but I kind of forget.
Yeah.
I loved that. Elaine's Mike TV.
Oh yeah, your Mike TV voice.
My Mike TV from the Factory The Factory 4 Sweet Sweet Revenge. There we go. Yeah, that Mike TV. I'm like, I kind of like that Mike TV too. And then my favorite submission, Felicia, is someone's favorite Wonka Watch character is you.
I just saw that because I was looking to see because I know that's very nice of them.
Loved that, and I loved it in 2 different ways because I assume it's just they love you. But I also like this alternate version where they like the mad descent of you, the character Felicia, like having like created this and like the way that you spiraled your dream palace. Like I feel like that version.
It is. I mean, it is. It's a mad scientist arc. I'm honored. I'm honored to be your favorite.
It's beautiful.
I was just looking because I know sometimes like my friends answer them, like people who I know.
Oh yeah,
because
I have no idea if it's.
I don't know who that is.
That's always fun. I love that. Anyway, that warmed my heart. Sweet. That was very cute.
I always have the minor fear, and I know it's not true, where like, you know how some podcasts, there's one person that you're like, I don't care for them. They're fine. But I'm always scared. Like, I know I'm not that one, but it's like a little spooky. I know neither of us are in that situation.
I was about to be like, you know, you're not that one. I'm like,
no, I'm saying I know both of us are very integral to the vibes of the show.
I respect you as a human.
Exactly.
And you respect me. I love it.
Very nice. I do want to call out, Jill, you spelled Fickle Grubber so fucking wrong.
It really was bad. I didn't want to like say
really
anything,
bad.
but it was wrong. It was wrong spelling. As someone who frequently messages us, okay, actually, when you talked about this, that was wild. And I think this, Jill, don't come at us. You spelled Fickle Grubber wrong. We're roasting you now.
My best friend of 10 years, I'm unfriending you because you spelled the frog that we made up on this podcast wrong.
Sorry, we can't talk to you anymore.
You missed a single C, and for that, unfriended.
One C and it's over. I will say, I just popped back on here and I just saw someone just submitted something for what bad dating advice do you want from Wonka Watch, and I just want to read this. Someone offered it.
Oh.
They just said, turn your date into a blueberry and roll him or her. Chicks dig a big round butt.
Wow.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. Okay, anyway, those were the favorite Wonka Watch characters. Up next, I offered, hey, who do you want to see in the Wonkaverse? Like, the next Wonkaverse candidate is... We got some interesting... First off, UMass rapping Wonka, a.k.a. Chili Wonka, who we just discussed.
Yeah, we did
100%
discuss Chili Wonka.
The council can discuss. I'm into it. Richard Ayoade. Yes. I would love that. Ayadi?
Richard Richard Iowati.
Richard Iowati. I watched
Yeah.
the Big Fat Quiz. I was an old British man. I don't know if you heard about that. Richard Iowati. There we go.
Big crush of mine.
Oh, I see. God, you guys would flow so well together.
Exactly.
Joseph R. Biden.
Grandpa Joe Biden.
Grandpa Joe Biden.
I remember there was one episode where you went Beefcake Joe Biden, and I don't know why you said that, but the audio clip of you saying that has been stuck in my head for forever.
Wow, I forgot about that.
It's because of the original fan fiction that you wrote. You kept saying Grandpa Joe.
And you thought I was going to say Joe Biden, and then I just said
Beefcake Joe Biden. There is sometimes where you say like Grandpa Joe. It's because it's Grandpa Joe Bucket, and when you hear Joe you're like Joe Biden. Like
exactly.
It's
exactly.
It's, you know,
Kieran Culkin, because Felicia talks about him all the time.
I think he's in it at this point.
I love it. And then this one kind of cracked me up. Phoebe, who donated to you because she is my friend, and I bet being in the Wonkaverse would make her smile.
Congratulations, Phoebe. You've been
Congratulations, Phoebe. Congratulations.
You've joined us in the well.
You've joined us in the well. Welcome. You're part of it now. Worst prediction this podcast has had so far.
Good. Exciting.
It was pretty even between us, I think, I will say.
Good.
Wonka will have a love interest. We quickly were like, okay, no. Being gifted tap shoes. Admittedly, not a great one, right?
It's not great. I stand by it, but it's not great.
I felt so validated. Candy bar wrapped in foil.
Well, candy bar wrapped in foil, I agree it's bad. I never said it was good. It's shit.
I know.
I'm just annoyed at you because in the episode you were like gassing me up for it. Like, oh
I
yeah,
know.
that is a good one. If we don't get that, that'd be crazy. I'm like,
Felicia, we're friends. I never said we were not toxic friends.
yeah.
I never said it was like a healthy friendship.
By the way, I wanted to mention, because it feels like the right time to mention it, I had gone back through and I redid our prediction spreadsheet for the podcast.
Ooh.
And you know how I had our tally before of how many predictions we have? That tally was incorrect because it did include some stuff and it missed some stuff. We actually have 166 predictions.
Jesus Christ.
And it is more me than you. I've made 86, you've made 79.
Yeah.
But not as far off.
We'll see about that. And then someone just replied, quote, not falling into, spilled.
Yeah. Agreed. It's bad.
The bird one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where the bird comes down and like takes a french fry and has some kind of personality moment or whatever.
That bird one, I still believe in it so truly.
I mean, I kind of want it to happen, but it's truly out there.
I've explained that to
universe.
people in real life, because when I try and explain the podcast to people, I say like, oh, we do this podcast about predicting Wonka and like the things that are going to happen in Wonka, but it's like very loose with it. And like our predictions suck. Like I predicted this thing about a bird, but I've said that to people and they've been like, no, I see what you mean. That makes sense. And I'm like, see,
wow.
I'm not losing my mind.
Right.
Okay. What were the other ones?
And then the fish that jumped out of the water and slapped someone.
Good. I feel like all the worst ones were represented there.
Yes. I was like, good job, everybody. I respect all of these.
You know what? You know what's not on there, Elaine?
What? No, don't
Wonka
fucking say
will
the
have a
robot.
Like,
don't even fucking come at me right now.
I will say your talking plant is so much fucking worse than my robot prediction.
I know.
Thank you
what?
for
I forgot
finally
about that.
admitting it. Your
I will
talking
admit-
plant prediction is so shit. Like, I hate that prediction with all of my heart. And
If it happens, though.
I have the vitriol for it you have about the robot is the vitriol I have about the talking plant. So now I understand how you feel.
I completely forgot about that. Why? When did I say that? What episode
like 3
was
weeks ago, Elaine. This is recent.
Wow. Black that out. Okay, so now we move on to people's favorite predictions so far.
Woo.
Cogs/Gears will be featured. Timmy Wonka will have an emotional crying scene. Harry Styles covering a Wonka song, A Girl Can Dream. Or the scurrying rat. And I was like, oh,
The rat will scurry and someone will scream. I like that one because it feels like a rhyme.
It does. It kind of feels like you're like entering a like
the rat will scurry and someone will scream.
And I like the way you say it every time.
Yeah.
And someone will scream. Makes me
That's
happy.
how you delivered it in the original episode. I'm not going to taint your art.
Oh, well, thanks. Because we're good friends. We're not as toxic anymore. We're going through a lot together.
We've healed.
This is the sleepover portion. We had our tiff, and now we're getting back into it. It's fine. Bitch, I've never felt more validated in my life. Multiple people said that their favorite prediction so far was strong timpani presence.
I think strong timpani presence is valid.
It's so funny. And one person said strong timpani presence, parentheses, I def agree.
I think it's gonna happen, but
it's gonna happen. It's just like truly one of my more stupid predictions. But I was like,
it's stupid, but it makes sense, and that's a good prediction.
This next one. So I had asked people what they wanted us to ask the Wonka Scholars, like were there burning questions they had that we could then use to ask other people that listen to the podcast. Everyone wanted me to ask, which Wonka would you kill? And I was like, we're pretty extreme on this podcast, but I feel like legally we shouldn't do that, right? So I just said, which Wonka would you eliminate? Most popular was Johnny Wonka, no shock there.
Yeah.
And then we got a couple ones I wasn't prepared for. I kind of forgot Puppet Wonka.
Oh yeah, Puppet Wonka.
Which makes sense. A couple people said Puppet Wonka. So one person said Puppet Wonka, enough said. Someone else said Puppet Wonka. But if they're not allowed, I'll eliminate Gene. And I wanted to dissect that if they're not allowed. Probably do they count as a true Wonka? But I also like the idea of, is Puppet Wonka so precious and vital to the Wonkaverse that they cannot be eliminated? They cannot be eliminated.
We floated by the suggestion that Puppet Wonka, if you try and kill Puppet Wonka, he will whisper a deep secret about your past and history into your ear and then force you to keep him alive because he keeps staying alive during the Hunger Games. So I think if that's not an option, I think it's more that Puppet Wonka is unkillable than it is an option about our semantics. Like if I had to eliminate a Wonka, I'm going for fucking Zoid Wonka. I hate Zoid Wonka. Do you remember Zoid Wonka? He's from the commercials. He's that weird, goofy one with the orange hair.
Yeah,
that or fair. The Joseph Schindelman illustration of Wonka. I don't like him.
So other people said the Wonka that appears on Nerds boxes. So that's kind of in the same vein.
Wait, no, but that's not. That can't be our boy Greyhound Wonka.
It
can't be our boy.
Wait, that can't be our boy.
Not our boy Greyhound Wonka. I love
Greyhound
him.
Wonka alone. We love him so much.
Wonka.
I was Googling Greyhound Wonka instead of the Wonka on Nerds box.
Okay, Elaine, that is why I wanted us to change it to a different name other than Greyhound Wonka, because you can't find him if you type in Greyhound Wonka.
I'm sorry. I just found Italian Greyhound breed archive. Allura Willy Wonka to Oz.
What?
Is a dog.
Oh, wow.
That is a greyhound. Holy fucking shit.
I can't find
Call
a photo.
Name Willy. Oh my God.
I can't find a photo of Wonka on the Nerds boxes, so please, listeners, provide me someday.
Send it to us. Someone else said Alton Towers. Look at him.
I like Alton Towers Wonka, but
that was fucking good.
I feel like I have to look at all the Wonkas because it used to be TJ, but I've grown to love TJ Wonka because I wrote that fan fiction about him in Hunger Games.
It's so
I care
funny.
About him now.
Whenever we do a simulation or we write a fan fiction, it's like, why do I weirdly have different feelings now about these characters than I first did? Like, it's just stupid. Someone else said rolled Wonka because fuck him.
That's fair.
It's like, honestly, Book Wonka is really fucking weird. So
I like Book Wonka a lot, but he scares me.
Yes.
You know?
And so I was like, okay, everybody is really excited about like hurting these Wonkas. So I was like, what's a nice way I can do this? So I said, okay, what would Wonka's factory demise be? Any Wonka you want.
Good.
How would they get fucked over in the factory? Some people specified Wonka. Some people just went for a blanket statement, such as this one. Push his stupid little body into a melting pot of sod. I want to make some light callback to his relationship with his father. I don't know how yet. Yet. That was the part I liked. I don't know how yet. I'm like, keep me posted. Send me a follow-up once you do. But I was like, push his stupid little body into a melting pot of sod. I was like, that is so intense.
God.
That sounds like something intense. My Augustus Gloop would say. Yeah. Wait. Push his stupid little body into a melting pot of sod.
Oh my God.
Puppet Wonka would die by overreaching somewhere with his long arms and get chopped. That's why I fucking love that image. He just bends over.
Yeah.
Oops. Another Puppet Wonka demise. Puppet Wonka drowns in marshmallow fluff like those foam pits they have in gyms. The image of Puppet Wonka, who is so long and tall, drowning.
Yeah.
Horrifying. It would be like watching a giraffe drown. How?
Terrifying.
Someone else said Mr. Beast Wonka gets put into the gold ticket printing press.
I'm eliminating Mr. Beast Wonka. I have to go back. I'm eliminating Mr. Beast Wonka.
Oh, yeah, that's the Wonka we got. Mr. Beast Wonka, you're out of here.
You're wearing fucking khakis. Get out of here.
Your khaki joggers.
Your khaki joggers. Get the fuck out of here.
Your thermostat and red MacBook. Get out of here.
The attention to detail is not there.
Oh,
you should have cut your MacBook in half with a chainsaw, you bitch.
Yeah. Anyway, and then stretching the Wonka. You ready? Stretching the Wonka in the taffy machine and hearing his screams.
Terrifying.
Oh my God, guys. Johnny Wonka, after being cornered by cops in his factory, and he went off with a bang. I was
Jesus.
like, and then someone else just said squirrels.
Yeah. Fair.
Squirrels. I was like, I love that. That makes me happy.
Lock the door, throw away the key, let him do homework.
That's beautiful. It's beautiful. And then we do have fan art. I forget if we fully talked about it, but I would like to talk about it again. Micah drew us beautiful drag queen art from our RuPaul Drag Race.
I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but oh my God.
Well, we'll bring it. It's well worth talking about again, if not. So we did a drag race simulator for characters in the Wonkaverse, and we had Christian Wonka and the Tinkerman in there. And Micah drew a scene because for some reason the simulation, they would be like, Tinkerman and Christian Wonka go out and have a smoke together. Like that just like things happen. They drew the most perfect Tinkerman and Christian Borle Wonka going out and having a smoke in drag. Drag. It's incredible. Tinkerman has beautiful like red eyeshadow, fishnet top with a butcher knife tattoo, fingerless black gloves. Christian Wonka has a nice purple like sparkly a vibe with candy, like peppermint candy buttons and a nice purple coat. Like it's beautiful. So those will be on Instagram. Also, fun fact, I was working on this episode in a Barnes & Noble publicly, and I pulled up these images and they were full screen on my laptop, and I was like, dear God, I hope someone doesn't casually walk by and see this. And then my friend came up to me, who I knew might be there, and then came up behind me and went like, hey, and I was like, oh no, the worst time. And then also the British AI thing I was working on, I accidentally played that out loud in the Barnes & Noble, and so very loudly, everyone in that cafe heard, hi, Wonka Scholars. Like, I'm going to. I had immediately, I was like horrified. I had to text Felicia. I was like, Felicia, I don't know. It just happened. I need to tell somebody. I need to tell somebody right now. Thank you, Micah. And now we have a lengthy prediction section. So we're nearing the end here. Here we go. Wonka Scholar predictions for the Wonka prequel or things surrounding it. Cool epic hat tricks within choreography. Love it. Wonka will have a deep conversation with an animal like it is a person. That follows a lot of things that we've said and have dreamed of. There's going to be a trailer, but it's going to start off all quiet, mysterious, and then explode.
Yeah,
love it.
That's pretty good.
With color and music, and it'll be really whimsical. People on TikTok will show off their Timmy Wonka promotional cardboard cutouts they stole.
Totally. Like the ones at the movie theaters. Totally.
Right? Totally. I fucking love that. And then you're going to love this. So they said Hugh Grant will wear eyeliner. However, around Hugh Grant, they put the sparkle emoji, which to me was their way of going, Hugh Grant will wear eyeliner. Hugh Grant. So that's the official spelling of Hugh Grant now is sparkle emoji. Hugh Grant. That's the tone signifier. Hugh Grant will wear eyeliner, which I fucking love that. That would be
amazing.
There will be a character that starts off hating Wonka and all his candy, but comes around. Less than 3 heart. IHOP might have promotional pancakes. Fuck yes, they will. Do we all recall when The Hobbit came out and they like Denny's lost their goddamn minds?
No.
I know what. Oh,
it's because I was.
You probably were like in elementary school.
Yeah, I was
in college.
I watched The Hobbit when I was like 11.
Fuck you. So anyway, Denny's lost their goddamn mind. Literally the entire menu. They printed off an entire menu that was all Hobbit themed.
Oh my!
Like
God.
That was just, you went to Denny's. That was it. You got the Hobbit menu. like half of the menu was named after Hobbit things. I had friends who really wanted to go to this Denny's. We drove like 40 minutes to go to this Denny's to have fucking Hobbit pancakes. So yes, I see this as a very plausible thing to happen with Wonka.
I love
Seeing as that's actually food related. Here's another great one. The Wonka teaser will play before the Barbie movie.
Oh my God, that's incredible. You're so right.
God, I really hope that's the case.
I hadn't even thought about what it could play before.
Right? Like what a tone setter depending on the movie. I love the idea of it before the Barbie movie. That fucking gets me. A classic Hot Topic will have Wonka merch, t-shirts, maybe funny glasses. Totally. There'll be a Wonka Lego set. I think we already have some of those anyway. So I definitely see a Timothée Chalamet one. And then I think Timmy will have a dance solo and it will somehow turn into a TikTok dance.
Oh, totally.
Totally, for sure. And then we have 2 more and that'll be done. And I might claim one of these predictions just as my own because I don't feel like having thoughts and there's so many beautiful ones here.
Yeah.
Copy paste dibs. Okay, so this is from Vivian. Vivian emailed and the subject line was urgent. I have heard your call, Elaine, and I'm here to help. Of me being an old British man, by the way, and it's a curse. I have 2 predictions to save you. 1, I predict that at some point bones will dramatically fall out of something and make a xylophone sound, a la jumping on dry bones in Mario.
See, this person gets the spirit.
Vivian gets
what
it.
We're doing. All of you guys, you've had months and months to think about these predictions. You can come up with one solid prediction for the movie. Try doing one every week, and you'll understand that's a Wonka Watch ass prediction right there.
Number 2. I predict that there will be a fight / chaotic event / disaster, and there will be a band or string quartet or pianist who will continue playing through it as everything falls apart around them. Bonus points if they are playing something normal and then break out into something chaotic to match the scene.
Oh, that's such a good prediction.
It's such a good prediction. And then Vivian goes on to say, please get well soon, Elaine. Being an old British man is a terrible fate. I only hope that my message can make it to you in time, as I have no idea when Eastern time is. I gave everyone a deadline.
Never change, Wonka Scholars. Never change.
So good. May the Wonka rapture arrive with haste. Praise Wonka, Vivian. So thank you, Vivian. Incredible. I am going to claim the Mario xylophone one. That fucking got me.
It's really good. For my prediction for this week, I'm going to do a real one. Because I'm looking at my curtain to my left, which is a blanket. I think Wonka's gonna swaddle himself in a blanket and have the little.
Yes, I know exactly. Like a little hang. Yes.
Yeah, as my friend Jill calls it, the wretched blanket. It's a really good phrase.
That's a really good phrase. I fucking love that.
Timmy Wonka will swaddle himself in a blanket, a la wretched blanket. I think that feels good. I'm gonna be pissed if someone else goes wretched blanket, but I will live. I'll live. I'll be okay.
I'll
be fine.
Well, I think the perfect way to wrap up Listenerpalooza, someone bought us some chocolate bars, Felicia.
They did.
We got good old Nat over here. Nat said, love the show. Truly the most knowledgeable Wonka scholars. Thank you for the hours of entertainment. You're welcome, Nat. And you know what? I think the best way to say our thanks is through the gift of song.
Right. I before this, I was late to starting the recording because I was playing around in a GarageBand, as we do for our songs now. Yeah. And I've got drums and guitar. So
okay. I'm just gonna let you play the background and I'll come on in.
Hold on.
Oh my god, this is so good. Yeah. Oh. Hey,
I don't know
Nat,
how to play the guitar.
you bought us a coffee and you got the chocolate so we can keep doing this podcast. Oh, it's gonna last because of you, Nat. Of you, Nat. And I know the Wonka rapture is nigh. Oh, and the pressure is getting high. Because we've been waiting for so long for the movie, and it comes out in a year, oh dear. But above all of that, we got you, Nat. Got you, Nat. Thank you, Nat. Thank you, Nat.
The bongos were an interesting addition, but
I loved the bongos.
I didn't. It's not easy to play guitar on GarageBand because I kept trying to play the chord and it just kept playing a single note.
Exactly. Whoa, I totally get it. And especially with like just doing it fingers on an iPhone, super hard. So honestly, mad skills. That might be one of the most, I don't know what, something came over me. And that's always a good sign when I always get like possessed whenever I do one, but man, I felt that.
You're really good.
That. So thanks, Nat. Super appreciate it. You're helping us get to the audiobook goal. It's funny. And everything.
I went into that trying to, yes, thank you very much, Nat. We really appreciate it. I was trying to get like an 80s vibe. And that's what I ended up with. The goal changed as I worked on it. I'll figure out GarageBand one day.
It was like edgy Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was edgy Beach Boys.
Joan Jett's going to Kokomo. Sorry, I just wanted to say that. Like I'll pull it out of me.
Oh my God. Everybody, thank you so much for submitting. As always, little mushy ending. It's just so cool to have listener interactions on such a weird niche topic, I feel like. And it always makes us giggle when you guys send us your thoughts, and we are so happy. And again, the word of the episode is honored, truly honored that you listen and you love it and that it brings joy to you guys. I know it makes us happy to do it sometimes. So thank you. Kissy, kissy, kissy. I don't know. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. If you would like to see some of the visuals of some things, we're going to have Fern Wonka, my dog, in the costume. That's going to come out. Well, it probably will have already come out by this episode because I'm planning on posting it this week, but let's say it doesn't. It'll definitely be up by the time this episode comes out. Yeah. If you want to see any of the visuals or any fun things, go to our Instagram and our TikTok, both Wonka Watch. If you would like your own song shout out and you want to help support this podcast and our fun little goals we're setting, such as the audiobook of a fan fiction, apparently a movie commentary about James and the Giant Peach, all this fun stuff, go to buymeacoffee.com/WonkaWatch and we will sing you a song live, improv. Yes. I know you would never know, right? You had no idea that was improv. We made it up on the spot. We had no idea that was,
we're like, it's actually just incredible musical geniuses.
We really are. We try to keep it on the down low because we don't want to like make people feel bad. But like, we're probably going to drop an indie album here at some point, and it's going to be called I was going to call it Pussy Sweat, but we're not doing
I don't want to call it. I don't either. That.
Yeah, that's okay. No bad ideas in a brainstorm. But
Elaine, look, we've grown so much over the last years. Probably around a year ago, you said you didn't want to be in a jazz band with me, and I got a little upset about it for a few minutes. But now look how we've grown.
Now we jam together.
Exactly. We do.
And you guys helped that. You helped us.
You know what? We were in a jazz band together during that one where you played the bongos and I did a little.
Also, I love that you were so offended when we literally kind of created a musical between us. But anyway, like if you think about it, it's like jazz band, sure, but
it's like that brain where you're like, no, and it's like I never even wanted to be in a jazz band. Why am I upset?
So you can go do that. Thank you so much. And at the end of the day, despite xylophone bones and great dating advice and us initiating the wedding of Caroline and Riley, no pressure on your relationship. You are the royal family of this podcast now.
Yeah,
your duty. Sorry, I'm mid docu-series on the Harry and Meghan thing, so I'm just like hooked on this. So Caroline and Riley, you are the royal couple of this podcast. So anyway, thank you so much, guys. And at the end of the day, it's not that important.
It's not that important. Not that important. I'm gonna get into my little sleepy bag and go to sleep.
I love it. I'm gonna probably take a big old fart and drink some tea. Oh, I don't know. Okay, bye.